Coming up on Cedar Valley today, Wartburg's annual performance of the Vagina Monologues will be held again tonight.
We hear about the service trips students will be participating in over winter break.
And we get a preview of the Red Out basketball games that will be held tomorrow. This is Cedar Valley Today. Good morning and welcome to Cedar Valley Today. I'm Ryan Riebenacker.
And I'm Courtney Moser. Wartburg is hosting their annual renditions of the Vagina Monologues. The monologues are a series of poems and short stories based on female experiences and collected by Eve Ensler. Cedar Valley Today's Taylor Webb has more on this story.
Rape, pain, power are just a few of the topics that are in the Vagina Monologues. But there is also wisdom and humor. Auditions were held earlier in the year, and according to co-director Emma Evanspeak, there are more women who wanted to be involved this year than they expected.
Most people are only in one monologue because there's only so many monologues, so many parts, and we had such a large interest this year, which is really exciting. So most women only have one monologue, but I think that everyone's really excited no matter how big or small their part is. They're getting the most out of it, I'm hoping.
And even though with tough topics, they managed to have a fun time, and fellow cast members would give an idea they had for certain short stories. Jordan McDonald has seen the show the past 2 years and says she would call herself a feminist.
The past 2 times I've seen it, it's been very moving and it brought me to tears, and so I wanted to be part of something that was so powerful to so many people that really, really changed me, myself.
The monologues tell various stories about women's experiences that aim to be relatable to a lot of different women. For Cedar Valley Today, I'm Taylor Webb.
Monologues will be performed again tonight at 7:30 in the Lyceum.
It's that time of the year again. The Winter Olympics are upon us. Student Senate held an event last night to get students in a festive mood. Student Senate held an Olympic party last night in the Student Center's ballrooms. There are many different games and activities students could participate in, from mini hockey and curling to making gold medal Oreos and coloring flags. The event also had food so everyone could eat and drink while watching the Winter Olympics. The 2018 Winter Olympics opening ceremony will be on NBC tonight at 7.
Waverly Newspapers won several awards at the Iowa Newspaper Contest Awards. Cedar Valley Today's Nathan Stephanie has more.
They've been here for a long time, and they're still going strong. The Waverly newspaper came in first in 7 categories at the Iowa Newspaper Contest Awards last weekend. Anelia K. Dinatrova, the executive editor of the paper, takes great pride in the paper's achievements.
It's very exciting. I always remind people that the awards are the icing on the cake. And the awards are very, we cherish them, we appreciate them, we work really hard to earn them. But I always keep reminding everyone that we are really in the business of rewards. We are rewarded daily by the work we do, and sometimes this work is very trivial, sometimes it's very, very inglorious. This is the glory that everybody sees on the outside, and these are, of course, awards given by our professional peers. It's a validation of our work. It's this external validation, but let me just tell you that we are validated every day in what we do, with the interactions that we have with people here, with the stories that we tell, and the stories of the lives we touch and are touched by.
After the awards, it's right back to work for the paper, who've just hired their first female sports editor in the paper's history. Riley Cole is a Wartburg alum and is adjusting to her new experiences at the paper.
So, this is a place that really strives to do the best journalism practices, and I think that definitely shows in the stories that we tell and the different promotions that they do. But I think definitely that here it's just kind of like a family, and I've known that just in my short time here so far.
Yet in a world with a constantly shifting mediascape, can a small paper like Waverly's stay relevant?
Just the word newspapers is what is confusing people. News operations like this at the local level are thriving, and they're not going anywhere. And we are just so resilient and so evolving with the times, and we are so agile as a group that it's very thrilling to work here. That gives me a lot of, I told you already, it gives me a lot of joy.
The Waverly paper publishes twice a week, and hopefully it'll continue to do so for another 150 years. For Cedar Valley Today, I'm Nathan Stephanie.
Now let's go to Ryan for a preview of the weather. Ryan?
Thanks, Courtney. Well, looking at your weather over the next 4 days, we're going to start out cold. Obviously, these highs and lows are a little pessimistic over the next 4 days. Cloud coverage is going to stay intact over the next 4 days. High on Friday is going to be 12 degrees with a low of only 1 degree. And then moving on into your weekend, those highs are going to move virtually nowhere. It's going to stay 9 degrees your high, 10 degrees. Those lows are going to keep getting colder. Cloud coverage still over the next 4 days. And then Monday, your high is going to go up just a touch, up to 13 degrees, and your low up again to 7 degrees. Back to you, Courtney.
Wartburg College service trips are dedicated to actively engaging participants with communities through service, reflection, and learning. Students are getting ready to go on these trips over winter break. Students go to a variety of areas and work as a team to reach their goal. The main goal is that the students' personal investment in their service projects will change their thinking and inspire them to work towards social action in their own communities when they return. Wartburg service trips strive to create a lifelong commitment to service and the public good in their participants. Sam Fobb is leading one of these groups to Boulder Creek, California, and says why she participates in service trips.
I think that it's a great opportunity to get off campus, make new connections that I maybe wouldn't have made otherwise staying on campus, but it also just gives me a great opportunity to fulfill that calling that I think I have to serve and to give back, because I think that's truly where you receive is in serving.
Some of the locations that students will be going to this winter break are Orlando, Florida, New Orleans, Louisiana, and the Grand Canyon. Applications are now available for tour week service trips. If you are interested in signing up for a service trip, this is your last chance to sign up this academic year.
When we come back, we'll be taking a look at how Wartburg students are raising awareness for National Heart Health Month, so stay with us.
Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you are beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
Next.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
Welcome back to Cedar Valley Today. A readout will be held during tomorrow's Wartburg basketball games against Nebraska Wesleyan. Everyone who comes to Wartburg's basketball games tomorrow is encouraged to wear red to support the American Heart Association. February is National Heart Health Month, and Wartburg's Tower Agency is helping celebrate it. Tower Agency decided to host this event to bring awareness to Wartburg and the surrounding community. They will be selling red shirts at the game for $10 each. Bracelets are also available for $2. All proceeds will go to the American Heart Association. The women's game will begin at 2, with the men's game to follow at 4.
And we're hoping to inspire the games to be a red out, and we are hoping to invite as much faculty, staff members, community members, students to come and participate in this because it's a huge event.
Last year, 3 of the best guards on the Wartburg men's basketball team graduated. Having to fill the gaps was a big task, but first-year student has taken up the role. Cedar Valley Today's Josh Voigt explains.
For some first-year athletes, finding their feet at a college level can be difficult. For Wartburg first-year guard Max Smith-Drehos, the original adjustment to college was a bit of a shock.
This is a lot faster, and because the shot clock and everyone's just bigger and stronger faster, so I had to find my opportunities. I couldn't do everything I could in high school, so I just had to find where I could make my plays.
Smith-Drehos was first-team All-Conference in high school and has kept his performances strong ever since. Against Buena Vista, Smith-Drehos scored 12 points off the bench for the Knights, and he feels that this was just one of the days when things went right.
Well, I'm a pretty good attacker, that's what I do, so when I get in the lane I try to either finish for myself or create opportunities for my teammates and then just hustling on defense.
While his offense may be what he enjoys about his game, other members of the team have noticed that he is incredibly strong in other areas as well.
Well, he's played really well since a lot of us last year came off the bench starting this year. We needed some players at the guard position. He's done a really good job. I think the best part about Max is his defense. He came in right away and is already one of the best defenders on the team, so I think that says a lot about him.
While he came into the team with strong defense, he has kept humble about it and feels that being at Wartburg has only made him stronger.
Coaches have really helped me on defense with my attention to detail, so just guarding the ball and rebounding and just hustling every play, I'd say.
Sabus also said that he is a role model for the other first years and will become even more valuable as his career goes on. For Cedar Valley Today, I'm Josh Voigt.
The Knights' next game will be tomorrow's Redout game against Nebraska Wesleyan at 4 p.m. in Levick Arena. If you'd like to see Max Smith-Drehos in action, be sure to tune in to Night Vision or come to watch it live.
Wartburg's marketing department made a promotional video that aired in Des Moines during the Super Bowl. The video features a number of different parts of campus life, ranging from service to science classes. It even throws in a bit about winning a national wrestling championship, but some students aren't happy with the video at all. The reason? There are barely any scenes that demonstrate how diverse our campus is, despite the video saying that campus has a safe and diverse community.
And I was really disappointed with the lack of diverse representation that is in the video that I don't think necessarily fits with what actually happens here in Wartburg. There's a lot of opportunities for diverse students, different events that the diversity groups on campus organize that could have been included in this video that just simply weren't.
When we come back, we'll be taking a look at what's trending in the Cedar Valley, so keep it here.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Here's what's trending in the Cedar Valley. The Waterloo Public Library will be holding a youth fashion show tomorrow with the help of the University of Northern Iowa Textiles and Apparel. Kids in 3rd to 5th grades will be accepted into the festivities with no registration required. This event, beginning at 1 p.m., serves as an opportunity for participants to learn more about fashion and to showcase what they learn. The Waterloo Blackhawks will be holding its Uniter Beverage Beer Tour tomorrow night when the Hawks host Cedar Rapids. For $15, you'll get a game ticket, sampling glass, and access to the pregame beer tour, which features 16 different beers. To pre-register, call 319-232-3444. Are you looking for a great meal, community event, and fun night out? The Shell Rock First Responders will be holding their annual soup supper tomorrow evening from 5 to 8. Chicken noodle soup, chili, and a wide range of tasty desserts will be offered. The event is free will donation and open to the public. Shell Rock First Responders will be there to offer demonstrations and to talk with those in attendance. Stop by the Boyd Community Building in Shell Rock to enjoy this fun night out. And now we go to Ryan with a look at your local weather. Ryan, how's it looking today?
Well, Courtney, looking at your hourly forecast, it's going to be just about as stagnant as your 4-day was. Looking at into the morning time, we're going to see this same cloud coverage that we saw continuing throughout this entire day. Highs going almost nowhere. 8 is going to be your high at 9, going on to 11, but it's going to feel even worse. We're going to look at -8 is what it's going to be feeling like in about half an hour, and then it's going to go up a little bit, but over the course of your day, it's just going to be snowy and cloudy, and it's not going to get much better. And then looking at your 7-day forecast, we already looked at some of these days in your 4-day, but looking at Friday, we're going to still have that cloud cover. Saturday, that's going to get a little bit sunnier, but also a little bit colder. And then moving on into your weekend, looking at Sunday, still that cloud cover is going to come back. Highs, lows going to be going almost nowhere. Then moving on into next week, looking at Monday and Tuesday, we're going to start to get a little bit warmer, especially on Tuesday with that high at 21 degrees, low still at 8. Wednesday, going to get quite a bit warmer. Looking at a sunny day there, 32 degrees is your high with 22 as your low. And then Thursday, cloud coverage is going to come back a little bit. Still going to be staying warm for the most part with 25 degrees remaining your high. And when we come back, Dean Daniel Kittle will be here in the studio to talk about student senate elections. Keep it here.
Wake the sun, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
Welcome back to Cedar Valley Today. Joining us now is Wartburg College's Dean of Students, Daniel Kittle. Good morning, and thank you for joining us this morning.
My pleasure.
So to begin, I understand as your role of Dean of Students that you get to work with a lot of students on campus, but how do you work with Student Senate specifically?
So the Student Senate, I'm their advisor. They have an administrative advisor, which is usually the Dean of Students, and they also have a faculty advisor, who this year is Dr. Joyce Boss.
Okay, and with Student Senate, do you work directly with the president and vice president of the student body?
I do. I usually meet with them at least once a month, but normally about every other week. And then, of course, like in contact if there's issues that arise or if there's questions that I can answer.
And now I know elections will be coming up this next week, and on Monday night they will be having their first debate. So what do you think is important about this debate?
I think what's important about the process is I'm impressed by the number of candidates. I think back to some of the teaching that I've done in the leadership program, the relationship between leading and risk, and it takes just some leadership to demonstrating leadership just by running, and so I'm impressed by the slate of candidates.
Awesome. I know there are 3 ballots up for president and vice president, so you mentioned you haven't seen this very often.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
I think it's going to be fun. Last year's debate was pretty spirited, and I imagine this year's will be as well, but I'm always impressed, frankly, by the civility that the candidates show one another. I think everybody knows that they're in it for the right reasons, and so I expect it to be spirited, but certainly civil.
And what do you think it's important for the student body to look for when they're deciding who to vote for president and vice president?
I think I would remind them of 2 roles that the Senate plays. One is allocating student fees, and that goes to individuals, that goes to organizations, it goes to campus improvement projects. And then I would also say that they work a lot on approving or denying student organizations. And so I think what they should be looking for is someone who has judgment, particularly in regards to allocating funds, and then also working with student organizations.
Wonderful. I know with the Student Senate, they're involved in a lot of things, so it'll be interesting to see how the elections go on.
Also, one of the things that I think, whenever I've had an opportunity to talk to some of the candidates, is that it's like national politics. You never know what kind of issue is going to define their term, and so I think they also just need to be open-minded.
What are you looking forward to the most during this election season?
I just think it brings a different spirit to campus. I love walking around and you see the student buttons, and I've had a couple of candidates ask me to wear a button or to like their Facebook page, which I haven't done, not because I don't support them, but because I try to make sure that I'm neutral in the process. But it's just fun to see that type of campaigning on campus. And I also like that the process isn't that long, frankly. I think it's about the right amount of time to bring awareness to candidates, but then also to wrap it up.
What can you tell me more about the process of election itself and the timeline of that?
So I think it really is kicking off now. I'm sure you've probably seen some candidates tabling, and then the debates, and then shortly thereafter there is the election process. This year's a little different because there's so many candidates running for president and vice president that we've separated the debates of those candidates versus the other candidates that are running for executive positions. So that's just a little different than it has been in the past, but that's a good thing because there's more students involved.
What do you think are some of the challenges of staying neutral during the debates?
Oh, I don't think it's that hard, actually. I think it's fun to attend, and I mean, it sounds like it maybe is a cliche, but there are really good students running, and so I feel like, however it turns out, the student body will be in a strong position, and also the college as well.
Okay, and why do you think it's so important that students vote?
I think 2 reasons. One is I think, as I mentioned earlier, I think that these roles matter, like the work that Student Senate's doing matters. And so they should vote for that reason. The other is I think that we talk a lot about on this campus, and we should, about habits of citizenship. And I think this is getting in the habit of being a good citizen by voting in your local elections here at the college. I think it also gets you in the habits of being engaged in your community as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us this morning, Dean Kittle, and be sure to join us for the debates on Monday evening. Keep it here. We'll be right back.
Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you're beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
Next.
Good morning, I'm Sam Sides, closing things out today. Earlier this week, for health reasons, a familiar face in the Wartburg College Department of Journalism and Communication announced an early retirement. Here's more on Wartburg's own Cliff Brockman.
No, he in some ways was like, I suppose, every other professor, but in most ways you knew nobody ever questioned what he was saying because he'd been there, he'd done it.
At any college or university, there will always be at least a few standout professors. To those of us in the Journalism and Comm department here at Wartburg, there are few as special as Cliff Brockman.
And I'll take credit for that. For that idea, not for the stuff.
After graduating with a degree in journalism from Iowa State, Cliff spent 32 years in broadcasting before getting his master's and coming to Wartburg to teach print and broadcast journalism. Just this past Tuesday, 15 years later, he announced his time as a professor was coming to an end. Cliff will be remembered for many things, whether it's his old-fashioned way of thinking or that illustrious mustache, but none so much as his love for the students.
My favorite moments are just working with the students. That's the part I love and the part I will miss the most.
In his time here, one of Cliff's main responsibilities has been advising The Trumpet, the student-run newspaper. Megan Stevenson took over the editor-in-chief position in January, and she says Cliff's deep sense of caring for the paper and its staff has made her first month very easy.
The Trumpet sort of feels like another family to me, and I think Cliff is kind of like the Trumpet dad. Like, he really just looks over and looks after all of us and makes sure that we're all doing okay, and he understands if we're really busy. He just wants to make sure that we're able to prioritize what we need to do, and I think that he does a really good job of doing that. He's just a good Trumpet dad.
With retirement on the horizon, Cliff reflected on his time here, and in that reflection, he said something that he would tell to anyone who asked.
I love Wartburg. That's what I always tell everybody. Every prospective student I talk to, I love Wartburg. I love our students. I love our faculty. And I have just loved being a part of the program here.
For Cedar Valley Today, I'm Sam Sides. Certainly be missed. Thank you so much for watching Cedar Valley Today this morning. Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter to keep up with all the rest of the Cedar Valley Today content. Have a great day and a great weekend, Cedar Valley.